SMT Nation, we back. Nation, John Stanky, the big stank over at AT&T. He's here to set the record straight, folks. He's going to tell us what this game is really about. This whole wireless thing, this whole 5G thing, this whole fiber thing. All right, he's got it all here for us as he was speaking at the Goldman Sachs Communicopia conference today. Wow, so cool. Guys, I've sat through and listened to these things before. It is not fun at all. So I'm really happy to have these articles to just summarize it and we can discuss it. Okay, so I'll be sure to link that for you here in the description. And don't forget, support your creators. Links are in the description. Different ways to support the SMT. All right, so the big talk within the industry is always convergence. And we're talking about like being able to offer wireless service and being able to offer like a mobile version of that, and then also like the fixed wireless access or fixed wireline home broadband, right? So home internet and then mobile internet. And that's been the discussion for the last several years. Verizon is big into it. T-Mobile's big into it. So is AT&T. These other, Comcast and Spectrum, they're involved now, selling wireless. So that's been the talk of all this convergence. But here's what AT&T CEO, the big stank, John Stanky, had to say. He said there is a fallacy to say there's fixed networks and wireless networks. There are only fiber networks with different access technologies on the end of them. That's where this is all going. Folks, he's kind of right. I mean, you own wireless spectrum as a wireless provider, but the internet, the access to the interwebs, is through a wire line. So you're just using a wireless vector, if you will, to your devices, right? Because you're mobile, but it always goes back to owning fiber, and that's what I think he's alluding to. He said the most important thing is having robust fiber infrastructure with the right capillaries in the right place. By capillaries, he's talking about those access technologies. He's talking about the cell towers. He's talking about the points that transmit the signal to get you connected from place to place. And he said that's where I believe the domestic U.S. market is moving. He's talking about, those types of things here. So, look, John Stanky was the best thing to happen at AT&T with respect to getting away from the Randall Stevenson era. Just because under the stank, they have focused on the two parts of their business that matter to their future. That is fiber and 5G. Look, you can read this article now, and you will be completely up to date on all that has happened at AT&T for the last 5 years. But I'm telling you guys, if you followed us from day one here in the SMT, these are the things we were hoping AT&T would do 5 years ago. We have pushed them to gain their focus. They divested all their media assets, and here they are with a nationwide best network according to Root Metrics. They have the best performance across the most number of states. They score very well on the national scale. They're not as effective in the root scores and metros as Verizon, but they're very competitive in that space. So, yeah, they got cable competition and all of that, but they become the owners of their network. When you own the fiber, you own the wireless assets, end to end, it is your network, and that's why we like AT&T's chances in 5G so much, right? You can't downplay T-Mobile's ability to market their network and market their products and services. No doubt they are a force. And Verizon, when it comes to wireless networking, they are the cream of the crop. We know how that goes. But you can't sleep on what AT&T has built already and what they are building and what they plan on doing in the future. They are very focused on what they're doing. Maybe they've relaxed their CapEx a little bit because of, investor pressures and trying to pay down debt and all those things. Those are corporate issues they're working through. But folks, he's not wrong. In my opinion, he's right. And that continues to place them in an advantageous position compared to maybe some of their other competitors. All right. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with John Stanky's take? Do you think he's just kind of blowing hot smoke up investors? You know what? I mean, this is my vision of 5G. It's high capacity fiber circuits, lots of spectrum, great mobile network experience. You get customers on fixed wireless access. You convert them to fiber when you get it there. It feels like they're going about this the right way. And I think when we look back at this portion of AT&T's history, we'll call these the doldrums of the company, and I think from here it's a lot of upside. Because after that whole like media thing, Warner Media and all that debt that they accrued, you really can't get lower than that. Their stock is currently somewhere around 14 or 15 bucks. They probably shouldn't be there, but because of their debt, it makes it ugly, and it scares the investor away, and those types of things. But I think brighter days are ahead for AT&T, and I think they're moving in the right direction. They are focused. This is the best version of this company that we have seen in several years. He's right. Focus on the networking, wireline, and 5G, fiber and 5G. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.